Thank you so much for joining Gameplay Mechanics and Devices in Unreal Editor for Fortnite. I would like to thank Marjorie for coordinating this session and being an amazing support to the team, and also to Nadhirah for being a part of this as an instructor as well. And let's get things started. So, a few of the housekeeping rules I would like to mention. First of all, yes, this will be entirely recorded, and your microphones will remain restricted until the end of the session. But please feel free to drop in any questions that you have in the chat box. And also, if you have any questions during the session itself, you can unmute yourself to ask any questions you have. And yeah, so our main goals for this workshop will be walking you through the Unreal Editor for Fortnite interface, and also showing you around about the devices and some of the core gameplay mechanics and setup we do in Unreal Editor for Fortnite, and also how to design those game modes and roles, and of course testing and showing them about through the publishing platform. And of course, we'll wrap it up with some of the question and answers that you might have. Now, I'm Zubaida, as some of you know. I'm an authorized instructor by Epic Games and technical artist at Box Studios in Malaysia. And currently, I am doing academic research in virtual production, and also working with real-time workflows. And most of the time, my work revolves around game education technology and extended reality, so on. And I am happy to share about Marjorie here, who will be presenting with us about Fortnite. What is Fortnite in general? For some of you who aren't aware or know about Unreal Engine for Fortnite just yet, she has worked on several projects as a game designer, and also has experience using C#. And she was also one of the Women Creators Fellow alongside myself and also Nadhirah. And she has won some Impact Award as well in 2023. I'm very happy to have you here, Marjorie. And yeah, I'm very looking forward to your slides and so on later on. And Nadhirah, also our Women Creators Fellow. She has a bachelor's in multimedia from MU in virtual reality, and also head of training at EFXco in Malaysia. And she's also Adobe certified and a participant in Unreal Women Creators program in 2023. And will be walking us through the gameplay mechanics and devices. She will be holding your hand and showing you all the core devices that we use in Fortnite Editor. With that, I will pass this over to Marjorie to introduce about Fortnite Editor. Over to you, Marjorie.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Perfectly
Okay,
fine.
awesome. Hello, everyone. Just as Zubaida has said, my name is Marjorie. I am a designer, and I also have some experience in UEFN. So basically, for those of you who are not really familiar with UEFN, it's basically an editor that allows you to create and publish your experiences or islands in Fortnite. So Fortnite is like the biggest battle royale that exists of all time. And so I decided to leverage that and allow you to be able to create some of those experiences of your own and publish them for other players to experience. So what does this typically mean? This means that you're able to leverage some of Fortnite's most sophisticated features in your game. You'll find that most of these features have already been put aside for you, and you can easily set them up in your game. This also means you're tapping into a very huge player base. Fortnite has around 100 million active users. So by publishing your island, you're actually leveraging and exposing your game to that player base. It also means that you have access to powerful tools. So one thing that UEFN does, it combines Unreal, Unreal Engine's tools and Fortnite's some of Fortnite's features. And then one thing that you need to know before you start creating games in UEFN, you don't need to make another Fortnite. You can make so many other games that we're going to cover on later. Before we had UEFN, there is another tool that is called Fortnite Creative, which is basically referred to as Creative 1.0, and UEFN came in as Creative 2.0. These two are very different in that in Fortnite Creative, you're actually creating your island while playing the game in-game. It's like an in-game phone tool that allows you to kind of place things here and there and create your own experience. While in UEFN, it's more of a separate engine. Like I've said, imagine Unreal Engine, but now for Fortnite. So this, unlike Fortnite Creative, UEFN allows you to bring in your own custom asset and also allows you to add some functionality using code. So just as I had mentioned in the other slide, you don't really need to make another Fortnite. As you can see in the examples below, you can have a variety of games from escape rooms to driving simulators. People are even having concerts in UEFN. So how do you create a UEFN? So one of the ways that they allow you to be able to create a map is using devices. So you're going to cover more of this in the session, but they're basically some of the most common functionality that Epic has already set for you. For example, in a game, you need the player to spawn. So you don't have to go back and write that code from scratch. There is a device that has been set up and you can easily add it to your game and your player is able to spawn. Another way to build your islands in UEFN is using VAS. VAS is a new programming language that Epic has introduced, but you don't have to focus on this one for now. I actually advise you get more comfortable with using devices before you get into VAS. Next slide. So with that, I'll be handing over to Nadhirah to take us through the editor and for her to take us through the demo.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you, Mergergy. So thank you also, Zubaida, for introducing me. All right, so I'm Nadhirah. I'm the head of training of EPSCO Academy. And I'm also like Mergergy and also Zubaida, we from the team of WCP, Women Creator Program from 2023. All right, so I have a few experience, especially in EPSCO, we developed one of a UEFN also, because of a Yana Heritage Farm. You actually can try to find it inside Fortnite and play the games. All right. So I will actually show you how you can navigate using UEFN. So are you ready? All right. Right, so the first of all, you can see here, so under island templates, I want you to have to create or choose, okay, shoreline island. All right, so here, so I will create from scratch. I'm using the shoreline island here. All right, so here, I will rename my file device gameplay. All right, so here, the theme selection, you actually can choose based on your theme. All right, so here I already have a few themes selection. All right, of course, from my previous one, the WCP programs and also EPSCO. But now I just don't want to choose any themes, so I just choose no theme here for now. All right, so then you press create. So now I have my islands. So how you can navigate your UEFN? The first of all right, I just click here and then I just press F. F is actually for you to focus in things, right? So let's say that I just want to focus on my island, I just press F to focus, all right? So now I don't have anything inside my Fortnite yet, all right? So I just want to drag for your content browser. All right, so I want to have my prefab here. Let's say I just press a Control Spacebar. So under prefabs, I just maybe zoom in. All right, under prefabs here, you can find all your assets. You actually can just drag inside your screen, inside your scene. Okay, let's say that I just want to have my cursor stable here. All right. Okay, and then I just press focus. Here you go. You already have your perfect cursor inside your scene. Okay, all right. So I hope I'm not too fast. All right, so now, so how you actually can actually choose, you select your things, you just press W. All right, W is for shortcut key for selection. All right, and then E for you to rotate. All right, okay, and also your R is actually for you to scale. As I try to focus here. Let's say you want to scale things. This one is for you to scale. All right, okay, just a simple thing. And then if let's say you want to zoom, just press, just use your scroll and then try to zoom in and zoom out your screen. And then let's say that you want to rotate your views, press alternate. And also you just rotate, you can see that you actually can rotate around there, okay? And then also using your middle mouse, you just press, you hold, then you can actually panning your scene. All right, so cool, everyone. From here, cool. All right, cool. Okay, so from here, let's say that I just put on the top here. So here is actually your setting for projects. It means that let's say that you want to have to go to your creator portals, you want to add your team members, you can actually open your creator portal to add your members inside your team. All right. So let's say at the end of the my session here, you can actually, I will teach you also how to upload two private version. But let's say, if let's say that you want to upload private version, you need to actually ensure that you need to add that person as a team member before they actually can view the private version inside UEFN, or else you need actually to public. I mean that you to publish publicly. All right. Then the rest of the thing is we can play using the code numbers given. All right, so now this one is actually, oh, sorry. Okay, so this one is actually your place actors. You can add, you have, let's say that you want to have a basic actors, point light, even your shape, let's say that I put my cubes here, all right? And I press N. N is actually for you to locate this one at the end of your position, this one at the end of your landscape, let's say, all right. So let's say that you don't like to place actors from here, you actually can go under videos, and then you actually can choose also open your place actors. All right, so you have place actors supposedly at your left hand side. All right. Okay, so let's say that you actually love to program your device. I mean to program programming. You actually can have your verse here. This will open to program actually, all right? And then this one is for you to launch your sessions. Let's say that after you complete this one, you want to test out your devices, and then you can launch your session. But this one you need to ensure that you have a stable internet, or else you can't really launching. I have experienced actually even I mean, I do have internet, but without really stable internet, you cannot really play around your UEFN inside your creative, right? Okay, so this one is your outliners, all right? So any actors that you have here inside your environment will lay out inside your outliners. It's like your hierarchy inside Unity, okay? So details is like your setting inside your UEFN, like your UE, Unreal Engine. So to set any actors, the setting for each of the actors that you have. All right, so now from your content browsers, okay, so now I already like overview of your the tour around the UEFN. So any question from here? Everyone good? Okay, so now I will show you some of devices that I always use inside UEFN. About 5 devices that I will show you today. All right, so the first one, okay, so if let's say that, okay, first of all, before I start devices, what is cool about devices? Okay, one thing about devices, you don't really need a coding backgrounds to use your devices. These are quite cool inside UEFN. That's hence why people jump into UEFN. All right, of course, like Mergergy said, that you have a verse, a new language that created for UEFN. You can learn if let's say that you want to have a more advanced interaction inside UEFN. Yes, you can learn your verse. All right. So where actually you can find your devices? Okay, under your content browser, you have your preferred everything, right? So now you just press Ctrl space bar. All right, try to find one of the folder here. Okay. Devices. All right, cool. Okay, can you find your devices here? All right. Okay. All right, so I will search. The first one I want to add on is your player spawner. Try to find player spawner. All right. Okay, and then drag into your scene. You have your player spawner, right? Okay, so what is a player spawners? So where actually you located your player spawner, that one that your players will appear. So it means that you need to carefully putting your spawner inside your scene, where it started, where it will be appear. All right, so this one is your player spawner. All right, cool. So you have your player spawners. So I want to create enemies for my player. So what I need? Okay, so I do have here inside your devices, all right? So you can add the first one, creature spawner. Try to find your creature spawner. Okay, I know that you have your creature spawner and also creature placer. The difference between these two is actually how many spawns that, how many creatures can be spawned. All right, so I want it to be spawned, not only one, but I want to have a few creatures that can be spawned. So I will choose my creature spawner. All right, so then I will drag my creature spawner. Okay, so try to maybe a little bit distant than my player spawner. So at least she or he will have time to run from my creatures. All right. Okay, so here, so under spawner type, you can have two types of spawner. You have a Q spawner and also I spawner. So you have a two different spawner type here under details here. You can actually try to find it here, all right? Okay, so these creature types, all right? So we have a few also that say that you have ice fin, you have poison fin. Okay, you can see, right? Okay, let's see that I try to put creature places so you can understand. You can see actually which creature actually spawn here. All right. Okay, let's see that you have fin. Okay, so under here you can see that it's actually the look of the creature is like fins here. Okay, so good everyone. All right. So I will just delete it first. All right, sorry, move it. Okay, so we have creature types. Okay, how many I wanted to spawn? All right, so let's say that you want to have maybe it can have about 6 spawner. It can spawn from the creatures. All right, so I just put the number 6 here. Okay, so this one is activity range. So you can reduce how much that you want. All right. Also, you can reduce how distant the spawn will appear from here. All right. Okay, so now I have my the second device here. Okay, all right. Then I will have my creature managers. Okay, so now I have three. The first one, we have a player spawner, where it's actually spawned appears. The second one, we have a creature manager, the creatures that that we have inside your, like the enemy for your players. And also we have a creature manager. The creature manager is actually to manage, I mean that maybe if let's say that you want to have a score for your creatures, so you need to have a creature managers. All right. So from here, the creature managers, all right, let's say that I choose this one as Fin, right? All right, so this one will manage all the creature types that you choose as a Fin inside your scene. Okay, let's say that I want to have my help for my creatures. Let's say I just put 5. All right, and then the damage to players. What the numbers that you need for to create the damage for your players? So let's say that I just put 5. Okay, so and then I want to have a score. If let's say that I'm eliminate these creatures, how many scores that I need? I just click this one, maybe around 10. All right. Is it enough? All right, cool. Okay, so now we have 3. Okay. So you have this one, we have this one. So this one we control the creatures that I need. Okay, so now just press launch session. So we want to see what is actually the effect they have. So save selection. This one you need to be patient and patient. Because it will take some time for you to load inside. It depends on your speed of the internet as well. So far, so good, everyone. Okay, cool. Okay. So I have my Fortnite here. Cancel. Left. I need to share another one, right? You didn't see my Fortnite, right? Okay, so I need to stop share. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need to share the entire screen.
Okay, I think so. Wait, I think much better for me. Okay, so you have your prefabs here. All right. So okay, so you have 3 now. Okay, all right, okay. So yeah. Okay, so now, all right. So you have, since you have your creatures, you have your creature manager. So what actually missing here? Of course, you need weapon, right? Okay, so now for your content drawers, all right. So you have include your armor here, all right, and then drag into your scene. So, so many armor that you need, you have inside your scene. All right, so you don't have to, I mean that you don't need every single armor this. All right, let's say that you love this one. You can delete the rest of it. Let's say here, I just delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. All right, okay, delete this one, delete this one. Sorry, delete this one. Okay, you also can delete from your outliners. All right. Okay, so now I only have one armor here. Okay, so this one, so let's say that you need your armor. So this one will spawn your items here. All right, so now what you need to do, press alternate and try to scatter around your scene. All right, so just press alternate, just drag. All right, here, scatter around. Okay. All right. All right. So now you have few. your armor that can actually assist you. Okay, so you also actually can maybe scatter around also your creatures. Maybe you have another one. All right. But this one, the creature type, maybe I want to choose maybe brute. All right. So this one also the spawner type, maybe I choose cute spawner. All right. So I have a different types of spawner here. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, so you have your armor, you have your creatures. What do you need? Okay, your trackers. Okay, so what actually the trackers did for your scene, actually it will track how many score in order for you to win the games. All right, so I will create about 2 trackers. The first tracker will actually track your score. Then the second tracker will track the first tracker in order for it to complete. In order for it, so it will lead to your endpoint, so for it to end the games. All right, so the first one, I will create my tracker. I will try to find my tracker, the first tracker here. All right. Okay, so now just track into your scene, press focus, then there you are, you have your trackers. Okay, so far, everyone okay? Okay, so now you have your trackers, right? Okay, so here, all right, so I just try to make it slowly, all right. So what is actually I want it to track under your details here, you have your under user options that to track. Okay, so this one, I want it to track the score from my creatures managers. All right, so I will choose score. All right. Okay, so under that, you have your target value. So what you want it, the maximum target that you want inside your that you want to track. So from here, I just want to maybe just let's say that I just want to have about 100 for my values here. So it means that under 100, it will end the games, right? Okay, all right. So under the tracker title here, maybe I just want to have hit the enemy. All right, so this is the title for the trackers. All right, so you can rename based on what you want to identify your trackers. All right, so for the description text, maybe I just want to have please hit the enemy. All right, so this one is actually will appear on your HUD to identify by your players. All right. It means that from your tracker, all right, so the first tracker here, you can see that you have your target value, right, 100. So when it's complete, it will track the first tracker. Okay, so you have the first tracker and also the second tracker. Okay, then the last one, all right? So in order for you to end the games, you need to try to find your end game. So you have your end game device, all right? Try and drag into your scene, okay? Okay, so this one, maybe you want to actually activate it, all right? So under function activate, just click this one, all right? And then try to find your actors here, and then click your second tracker. So it means that when it completed, it will track, it will end the game, all right? Right, then under tracker 2, when complete. Okay, so now the first tracker, okay, the first tracker is actually track your score, and then you have a target value 100, and then you have your increased target value creature managers on emerging creature types of eliminated. All right, so every each eliminated, it will add your scores. And then these trackers will track the first tracker when it completed 100%. All right, so this one connected to these trackers, it means that when it's complete, it will end your games. All right, and then try to push changes for your for you to see your game, please. All right, push changes, and then you need to save your games. All right, you will save your game first, then you can save selected. All right, so you can see. Right, so you press W for you to move around your session. It is not ready yet. E. All right, press E so you can have your weapon. Oops, please. Wow, I think I spawned too many, I think. Oops. Oh, oops. Okay, I managed to get one. All right. Oops, okay, you can see that it increases score, right? If you like, oh, okay, that. But you actually can see that it increases one. All right, so now you have your games. Play around with your friends, right? You have your codes. You want to have your team members to test your games, right? So let's say you're under your projects here. You can go to upload to your private version. All right, so here you click this one, and then, okay, maybe this one is the first version. So just upload descriptions. All right, upload. This one is, you can copy. Under lobby, you can actually just show to your friends and to test the games. All right, this one. So which the players that have the experience of using the Fortnite, you know, it is the code that you actually can test the games. All right. Okay, so far so cool. Okay, all right. So let's say the other thing that I love about UEFN is that actually you can actually open your file that you created in this computer via another computer. Let's say that you have you have Predator at home, and then you have computers at also your office, right? So you actually can change in changes here. You can open up your changes. Let's say that here I have this description, what I add into this one. Maybe add this. All right, submit. And also, please don't keep further checkouts. We do have experience that also, right, Zubaida? Submit.
Yes, we did.
Yes, that is quite a cool experience.
Yes.
All right. So we actually can open up inside another computers, and it will load all your project file, download it back, so you can actually work on your project anywhere. All right, that's cool about UEFN.
These are basically the devices, some of the devices that Nadhirah has showed, and also the functions of the devices are here in one whole table if you'd like to refer later on as well as the how to publish a private island steps. Okay. So up next, I'll be touching a little bit about how to design your game modes from the pre-production aspects. Now that you know how to place devices and play with the properties, you need a little bit more planning when it comes to executing a game loop, right? Now, the core game loop consists of objectives and challenges that we want to have in the game, and eventually rewarding the players. And how do we maintain that in a repetitive process? Because ideally, we would want players to be able to play the game on repeat. We want more players to engage. We want them to always keep playing. That's the main goal of creating a game. Not only in Unreal Editor for Fortnite, but also any games. We want returning players, right? So for returning players, what we have to ensure is a solid core game loop, which needs to be there with challenges, difficulties, and of course rewards. And from the pipeline perspective, which I've outlined here, what we need to focus on is the concept as well. Like for Nat has showed aliens, so that goes more towards a death match sometimes because it has elimination process, and also it has zone captures and survival sort of a theme where you need to escape that alien zone, or you need to kill the aliens, and if it's a multiplayer, you need to ensure that okay, you're the last standing player who's winning the match, right? So those are some of the popular game modes that exist in Unreal Engine for Fortnite and are highly used, and also further customizing it with winning conditions, scores, eliminations, and also time. So these are some of the highly used customization of properties that we use in Unreal Engine for Fortnite. We will share some of the links as well, and also share with you some of the learning portals that you can go through later on through the Epic learning portal. And also, how do you test in a repetitive process and to refine the game balance, including fixing some of the logic without even verse. Now, there are some game logic for which you really need to use verse, but to get things started, the learning curve of verse can be really high because it consists of all the programming languages, not just C++. It also has some of the other languages involved. So I would recommend going through some of the devices that we have showed, and also others that you can explore at your own time. And as far as collaborating with artists using Fortnite editor, if you're using version control, which comes as default built inside of Unreal Engine for Fortnite, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So communication is a key. So you will need to always communicate with the artist to inform them, okay, these are the devices you're using. Of course, it comes with a checklist where you submit your revisions and others are able to see. But if you're working on the same asset, then there are sometimes conflicts. So you need to let go of your edit, or your teammate needs to let go of their edit. It sort of works like if you have used Proforce or SPN or any other version control software, we are able to lock some of the assets as well, which is there for an editor Fortnite version control. So once you lock that asset, other artists aren't able to edit it. So it's a very communicative process, and also requires a lot more asset management to use Fortnite version control.
Right, is just by using prefabs, and also download it from fab as well. This one is actually the assets from fab you have here. All right, so let's say here you can see actually move. All right. Okay, So even actually, I also allocated another device here. Like you have your fishing rod here. All right, so you pick up our white fishing ropes. All right, and this one, I just throw away. Then I get, oops, nope. Yeah, I got mine. All right. Okay, so that is the first device. Right. So if you have time, maybe you can actually sculpt your landscape. You can experiment it and maybe later. All right. So here I do have another one. You can teleport from this first teleport, and I have another location for another teleport. So I have guards here. So and also a few another things that I do have. All right. And then you can see that from it's actually I'm using the reflex corner. So you can have your snow inside your scene. All right, so this is another devices that actually you can experiment and explore that you have inside your UEFN. I think that's all right. So you have this one, you have like the armor that I showed you just now. All right. Okay, so you can navigate around inside your scene. All right, so I even add actually. Okay, all right. This one. You can see I have my zip line. All right, so this is another device that you can also use inside your scene. All right, so okay. So are you cool with that? So we actually can experiment and explore and actually just be fun with UEFN. You will find it's quite a cool just to experiment to create your game map. All right.
Just dive in. That's how we learn.
Yes.
So, since we have like another 15 more minutes, can perhaps share about how we created our first ever Fortnite game. And let me quickly open that. This is one of the alien survival game that we created. Pretty fun experience, and you can type in this island code. I've shared also the link in the chat box to play the game. How we came up with the game was first, of course, pre-production, where we had to come up with the story. We had a team as well, and come up with the plot and where it was inspired by. So a lot of pre-production went behind the production of the game, where we need to outline the look and development. So these are the sort of like mood boards that helps you to identify the theme of your game as well, and also some of the development in sketches. No idea about how to navigate inside of UEFN just yet, although we had some Unreal Engine experience from previous fellowships, and gameplay features, which is very, very important because it's very easy for you to get lost inside of Unreal Engine and also UEFN due to the amount of things that you can do. And it's just never ending. And there are lots of devices that you can put and play around, but that will never let you package your game because you're like really excited and enthusiastic to just try and add everything. So identifying your gameplay features is very, very important. And of course, the feedback it's going to have. Then objectives as well. Do you have collectibles? Are you solving puzzles? Is it a pure survival or all together? Yeah. and the elements it's going to use. So identifying any elements is also very important, because that will give you an idea of what sorts of actor you want to use, what assets do you need to import, perhaps custom assets that someone was mentioning as well, or whether it's something that's already in the content drawer of UEFN as a prefab assets, right? And then structuring your scene as well. This is some of the final scenes. I knew I wanted like aliens, and it falls under survival. So there we go. And I knew I wanted to protect myself and kill aliens, so I needed a gun. And uh, listing out all the assets, sort of choosing and streamlining. Okay, what are the assets that would fit the theme of your game, right? And finally, doing some of the ability tests as well. So this was way before we did the actual game environment, testing out just in an empty level with that device, what each of those devices does, right?